Hi guys, this is Namcraft and welcome yet to another series of Starcraft English commentary. This is going to be a continuation of the Laddernet series, Flash versus random pro gamers on the internet, except that today it's not going to be Flash, it's going to be two other players who are possibly stronger than Flash at this point. It is going to be Rain, a former Starcraft broodwar and Starcraft 2 champion, versus Sacsri, a very strong Zerg player. And these two players are going to be duking it out on the map Apocalypse. This is a 3-player map. You can see the map artifact here. And in terms of map stats for Protoss players, they enjoy a what does it look like to me? Let me see, Apocalypse, there it is, 49.2% win rate. So this is a rather evenly distributed map, except that I would say that Zerg has got a slight advantage here. It looks like Mini is going to be spawning at the top side of the screen, at the top position in the brown color, and Sacsri is going to be spawning at the bottom left of the screen, excuse me for that, in the blue color. This is once again a 3-player map. And in terms of elo score, let me just quickly show you today, or maybe this week, not today precisely, but this week. These are the top 10 Brood War players, and you can see that Rain and Sacsri are not in the top 10, but they're not far. Actually, Rain is ranked number 16, and Sacsri is ranked number 18, so they're kind of, very much close there, to each other in terms of skill level. So it's gonna kind of, depend on who's gonna be winning here. It looks like Sacsri is going to spawning in, is gonna be scouting in the right direction with his Overlord, whereas Rain is not going to be scouting correctly first. He's going to be coming up with a gateway opening and some Zelle pressure. And every time that Rain plays, I'm very happy to show you this picture. Let me just quickly hide this thingy. And here's a picture of me taken with Rain a long time ago. So of course, yes, I'm a Rain fan. Actually, not so much a Rain fan as a Protoss fan, and he's one of the good Protoss players that remain. One of the few StarCraft players that remains for all of all that matters. Anyhow, we're going to be having 4 Zerglings coming out, and this is going to be a evenly matched battle here. The first Zelle is going to come out, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat that this game is epic. This game is epic. I'm going to give this game a little bit like one fire, or maybe 2 fire, maybe not 2 fire, maybe just 1 fire. In terms of score, it might be 7.5 or 8 out of 10. So if you're watching this game based on those Namcraft recommendations, then that is going to be the values that you're going to be looking forward to seeing here. By the way, we're going to be having the first Zelle coming out, and looks like the Zelle is going to try to hide itself from the Zergling. The Zergling is heading directly to where its opponent is located. We're going to be having 3 hatcheries, and behind this looks like we're going to be having no other Zerglings coming out. Yeah, these 4 Zerglings are actually kind of out of position here. Because there's going to be a replacement Zelle to help save the situation, whereas Sacsri, we need to deal with this Zelle in the main. There's going to be another pair of Zerglings that comes out, but we're going to be having a small micro battle. The 4 Zerglings going to get inside the main, and there's going to be some, some micro from both of these players here. We're going to be having a small battle here happening, as well as another small battle happening. Looks like Sacsri is not microing hard enough here. 1 Zergling died already in that exchange, and looks like Rain is microing slightly better with his probe here. We're going to be having 1 probe snipe, 2 probe snipe, and maybe another one. Not snipe, no, not yet, but anyways, this Zelle is very much weakened, so I need to back out. It looks like Sacsri has not revealed his build to his opponent so far. Yeah, still 3 Zerglings remaining, so that's very strong. Although Sacsri is not investing in Zergling speed, you can see that he's not yet doing that. Anyways, another probe died. Wow, that's a lot of probe loss. But anyhow, the battle on the other side of the map is equally fierce. It's going to be 2 Zelle versus a probe. This probe, we need to pull back, and both of the players are microing very hard. You can see the APM at the top right of the screen. Mini is not Mini. Rain is 330, and Sacsri is nearly 400. Of course, Zerg players, they tend to have stronger APMs, a higher APM that is. Anyhow, and it's just gonna be the last Zergling who died. He looks like Sacsri is no longer able to put pressure on Mini's main, whereas Mini is still in here with his double Zelle. He's gonna have to, protect this weaker Zelle here. In terms of supply, we have 26, 25 for 24 for Rain, and 17 for Sacsri. And anyways, the game is gonna settle down a little bit here with the hatchery completing. There's gonna be a lair coming up, and Spire is gonna be the name of the game. Of course, I think Rain saw that, so he's gonna be feeling just fine. And once again, let me remind you that Rain is one of those players who's not shy to put up a lot of cannons in various locations to protect himself. He's not gonna, you know, go cheap on cannons, and we've easily seen him going for like 2 or 3 cannons in the main to protect against mutualists. So that is possibly something I'm going to be looking forward to. Anyways, the game is gonna kind of slow down for a little bit here. Just gonna take this time to read you some advertisement. My name is Namcraft, and welcome to my channel. If you're here, you can click the subscribe button, but you know, more importantly, you can take a look at the video description for some nice information. I always organize my videos in playlists. You can see the link to the previous game in the playlist, the next game in the playlist, and the overall playlist URL. You can also check the pinned comment to see the previous game in the entire Laddernet series. It's gonna be some fun games for you to watch. I, you know, give my video titles a little bit of a prefix. 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fires. 1 fires is like a nice games to watch. 0 fire means that just very normal, kind of boring. 2 fires is definitely you need to drop everything. 3 fires is a once in a while, you know, like you know, 2 or 3 times a year kind of levels of games. So you definitely want to watch those games. And 4 fire means that it's possibly one of the best games that year, or maybe 2-3 years in a row. I haven't not given a lot of 4 fires in my history. Maybe 2 or 3 games have given 4 fire, so you can, you know, check out those evaluations. Anyhow, you can also support my efforts by buying me a coffee. The link to buy me coffee is going to be in the video description. There are a couple of methods. You know, you can first of all send me money with my Zelle account. This is my Zelle email address if you're an American citizen. You can also use your credit card or, you know, PayPal account. The link to all of that is going to be in the video description. You can just, you know, feel free to buy a one-time you know, payment, or if you want to do a, you know, periodic or kind of repeating payment, that option is also available in Zelle, as well as, you know, the whatever, you know, the PayPal and credit card options. Anyhow, let's get back to this game. It looks like this overlord is going to get hunted down by the Corsairs, and the Spire complete just now, so maybe this Corsair is going to have time to kill 1 overlord and maybe not 2. The second Corsair is going to be heading out very, very soon here. Maybe it's already out. Yeah, there's it is. It's going to try to find this other overlord on the middle of the map, and 1 Corsair down. This is going to be Scourges, I believe. Yeah, Scourges being morphed here. Another pair of Scourges for a total of 4 pair of Scourges, excuse me, and Rain is going to return. Yeah, the Scourges morphed right away. I'm not so sure if Rain has a vision of that. He's going to be super fast, and he's going to see that the Scourge is moving towards the direction now, and he does see the Scourges. He needs to turn around now. He turns around. Oh my god, he loses the... No, he's going to try to hunt down the overlord with the other courses, and this is, you know, Sublime Micro, but he is able to save both of his courses, so that's super great for Rain here. Anyways, yeah, the game is going to kind of stabilizing a little bit now. 7 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. We have triple Corsairs, you know, hiding in the corner for Rain. Yeah, his other Corsairs has returned. This is the weaker Corsairs here, but anyhow, he saves all of his Corsairs. These Scourges are not able to find the targets, and this is going to be a huge problem for Sacsri. But let's take a look at the upgrades. Looks like for Protoss, we're going up for +1 ground weapon, almost completed. +1 air is about 40%, then Zealot leg is about 80%, then for Zerg it's going to be you know, flying flyer carapace is about 40%, and mutualist is going to be the name of the game here for Sacsri. I don't think that is the right move here, because we have 4 Corsairs grouping up together, and +1 weapons air is gonna get finished soon. Looks like the 5 Corsairs start to move out as mutualists move in, and do have cannons in the expansion. We don't have cannons that are covering the middle line. We're gonna have a slight kind of, you know, moving in and out of position here for both of these players. Zelle start to move out with speed here. The mutualists need to move in, but the mutualists actually out of position. These Corsairs need to group up together. Very good bunching up together, and Zealot's gonna get chased around by the mutualists. There's about 4 or 5 mutualists. Are there gonna be enough Scourges? I don't know. These Corsairs need to actually find a place to attack, and they're gonna run away. They can try to do that moving shot that Snow has kind of pioneered. Let's see if he's gonna be able to do some kind of damage. The Zealot's gonna try to run around looking for some nice corners, and that is a good place to hide the Corsair. 1 Corsair down, 2 Corsair down, only 3 Corsairs remain. That is a slight bad situation here for Rain, but he's got his 6 Zealot coming in to attack here. He's gonna try to snipe some drones. He does get 1 drone down. He's gonna get another drone down, and yeah, this is gonna be just a, you know, a suicidal attempt. He might want to send 1 Zealot into the main. He's gonna do that, and this Zealot is gonna be buying a lot of time. His Corsair is gonna return home now. +1 air is gonna complete now. The other Corsair is gonna, you know, come out and group up together, so we're gonna be having a total of 5 Corsairs. Once again, another drone might die. Looks like the Zealot is gonna try to find that weak drone. He's not able to find that weak drones, and that Zealot die. We are at the 9 minute and 12 seconds of the game, and Rain is 75 supply, and Sacsri is 64. So it's very standard procedure for both of these players. We have a single Darknet, but it moves out in the middle of the map. Overlord speed is not yet even started researching, so we don't see any kind of protection from overlord detection here for Sacsri. At least he's controlled the air nicely here. We're going to be having some courses start to move out, and now +1 weapons is done, so they're going to be looking for some overlords to kill. Looks like these Scourges are going to be returning. Are they going to be there in time? I don't know. One Corsair has fallen. This is a lot of Corsairs. Excuse me, the overlord, they need to kind of group up together, Corsairs, but the Meteor is going to fly around here. The Corsairs need to go into the corner and bunch up together. He's looking for some nice angles to attack. He's going to come in here, I think. He's running around and he doesn't find the right place to hide. He's going to hide exactly where, I don't know. He's going to be just running around and looking. Oh my god, so many Scourges, and this is a huge mistake for Rain. He's going to be losing all of his Corsairs unless he's able to find some kind of opening. But do we have something else on the map, like a dark triple running around? I don't know. Looks like the Corsairs is going to group up together, but they're going to split up now and go home. So that was an interesting encounter here. Looks like we're going to be having some Archons morphing on this map. We have a hidden third base for Rain. This is a nice strategy because I feel like Sacsri is all about just trying to control the air, that he's forgotten that there are other strategy that the Protoss player can take. Anyways, if Meteors don't find that hidden expansion, he's gonna try to run around and find some opening, but he doesn't find any kind of units to kill. But we need to have a switch to, I think, ground units for both of these players. We have some Hydras out on the map, and we have double Archon out here destroying some Overlord, which is nice. Cannon's gonna get created. Yeah, Rain is that player who makes a lot of cannons instead of just ground units, but this attack is going to be kind of devastating here. We're going to be having some Hydras in position to kind of intercept here. These double Archons going to be doing some damage. That is a good shot, almost destroying half the health of the Meteors, and they're going to return now. This attack will need to take place at the same time as probes need to get transferred to the other base. Looks like these Meteors are actually not in position. This going to be having some slight, just army reshuffling on both of these players. These Corsairs are still doing a lot of damages, and probes are not getting transferred. These Meteors, what are they looking for? They're looking for some kind of openings, but there are some cannons in the main. He's looking for some high, High Templar is kind of hiding out, but there isn't any. He's gonna try to snipe some single drones here, excuse me, probes there, but he's not having that much luck, and we're gonna be having Corsair chasing them in the corner there. There's no Scourge support. All of these Meteors would die for sure. There's no way to save them. He's gonna try to fly around and find other openings, but yeah, Meteors gonna try to split up, and this is a good attack. One Meteors would die for sure. The Archon's gonna be looking for those Meteors. He takes out how many Archons? Okay, looks like all of the Meteors died almost, except one here, one hiding in the corner. And that's it. But this ground forces for Sacsri is looking very strong supply-wise at the top mark of the game. Looks like Rain has got 130. Sacsri's got about 105. We have a small engagement in the middle map. These Corsairs are going to be looking for some kind of kind of openings here. Probe's going to get transferred to new base. So all of a sudden, Sacsri is kind of behind in terms of the econ and the base count here. The Protoss army is going to be looking forward to this front to attack. Looks like Sacsri has got good defenses, but he needs to expand because he's only on lair tech. He's not yet moving up to hive. While his enemy, he's got 3 gases and a lot of probe saturation in various locations, so that's good. We're going to be having Dragoon upgrade now coming from the Protoss army. Looks like Sacsri says, I'm going to move out. He's not yet aware of where his enemy is located in terms of new bases, so he's going to try to stage a kind of stronghold here. This is nice, but high ground advantage going for Protoss. Looks like Rain doesn't have observers just yet. I don't see. Okay, there's a robo, but it's not yet making observer. We have another engagement happening still here. Looks like Protoss army is getting pushed back, but he's able to storm the the Zerg army to death with retreating forces here. This is nice, bleeding a lot of the Hydras and make them a very good target for the Protoss, whatever Xehanort to attack a bit later. But this is a nice lurker egg morphing. It looks like Rain is bleeding a lot of forces. He's moving very clumsily. He's trapped here. The Archon needs to buy a lot of time here and surround from both sides. The entire army is obliterated. Is he going to be able to save some of his Archon for the later engagements? I'm not so sure, but it looks like the battles was won convincingly for Sacsri, but he's going to expand towards these, 5:30, 5 o'clock position, which is nice. He needs to take advantage of this situation to press forward. He's going to try to do that, but we're going to be having storm from the low ground. There's going to be 3 high templar. We need to storm this group for sources. Now this is a nice round to push his enemies back. The first observer of the game is made, and maybe Sacsri thinks that he's ahead in terms of the econ war, but he's not ahead of the econ war. We need to know about this base like soon, I think. At some point, this Lau's going to try to run on this side just to buy some time here. Sacsri's got the entire area covered here, but he need to kind of know about the other base, and he need to actually push up the upgrade the tech tree as well, because he's the last check here. He's still on hive tech. He's not yet. He's got his queen's nest, and that's it. Anyways, he's gonna try to press in here and force the cancellation on that pylon. Yeah, but he's not going to be ahead of the econ where he thinks he's ahead, but he's not. That is a beautiful storm attacking several of these lurkers, and that is another beautiful storm to push these Hydras back. And looks like Sacsri doesn't have enough forces to hold his high ground. He's pushed back hard, and now it's going to be time for Rain to actually take that base if he wishes to. But for the time being, he's doing just fine with his 3 bases and his gateways. I think Rain can make more gateway now. He's going to finally go up with this Nexus, and the game's going to finally go on. We're going to be having hive tech now. Let's take a look at the upgrades. So for Protoss, ground army have +1 weapons and +1 armor. +2 armor is almost done. For the Hydralisk, we have only +1 weapons, and we're going to be having Carapace almost completed. And what is this? Is this for Hydras? I'm not so sure. What is missile attacks? Is it for Hydralisk air attack or something, or is it maybe for Mutualist? I'm not so sure what that upgrade is because I don't play Zerg. But anyhow, we're going to be having just our army reshuffling for both of these players here. This is going to be a very interesting encounter in the next minute. It looks like Rain is going to push around this left corridor. It's going to try to flank from the from this small area, but of course it's already covered by the Zerg player. So that's going to be just a stalemate for the situation. We're going to be looking forward for more high tier units here for both the players. For Zerg, it's going to be after Hive is done, we're going to be seeing Defilers and possibly Ultra. For Protoss, it's possibly going to be Reavers, but he won't make Reavers until the Defilers make their presence known. So because Reavers, they don't really scale well, and they're hard to control, and they take a long time to kind of produce and research. So that's going to be the problem with Reavers. So in the mid game situation, Protoss players like to just stick with Hydrant. They're cheap, easy to use. They can get put inside shadows. You can fly around for Storm Drop, which is very nice way to trade between units. But anyhow, we are at the 16-minute now. Looks like Rain has got 165 supply, and Sacsri's 143. Both the players are just juggling for position, not really engaging anything by now. Yeah, he's gonna know about the presence of this base, man. I mean, this is so poor for Sacsri. Now he knows that he's kind of behind in the econ war. 4 bases, Zerg versus Pro base threat, and it's not good. Looks like he's gonna send a small group of Hydras towards his right side to check out that base. But yeah, any kind of forces he sent out will get destroyed hard, because there's already some cannons in that area. Anyways, looks like Rain's gonna try to move around this corridor. He's gonna be able to storm any kind of reinforcement on the left side. This is a great storm. You need to pull back a little bit and let the storm eat up the Zerglings here. He's gonna pull back up because these are gonna be upgraded cracklings now, very strong. And indeed, we're gonna be having just a minor skirmish, and Rain is not gonna commit the rest of his forces until he can actually get a better positioning. He's gonna try to do that. He's waiting for a nice moment to storm, but he's not able to find a clunk of of Zerg forces to actually storm here. We're gonna be having Zergs getting ready to expand towards this other side of the map, which is gonna be nice. But we have some Zerglings, Zelle, to try to move over to this other side, and this is gonna be another better angle for Rain to attack. He stormed nice against this Hydralisk here. He's going to be doing some good shot, but he needs to back up and actually save some more energy. And for the timing, we're going to be having just a slight trade of forces, but not really full commitment from the forces. Looks like Rain is going to shut down this base hard. He's going to kill that drones and push this Hydralisk back. Let's take a look at this. This game's upgrades are +2 weapons and +1 carapace for Zerg. And for Protoss, it's going to be +1 weapons and +2 armor. So kind of similar upgrades, which is kind of surprising because usually Protoss is ahead in upgrades. So we're going to be having another major battle here with Dragoon's front. This is nice because Zerg is actually not engaging. Zerg need to get involved now. Looks like Sacsri is kind of being slow. And now he attacks, and the moment it's going to be for the storm to kind of click in, and one Dragoon sacrifices himself to take with it a lot of Zerglings. This is going to be a nice battle. More high tempers reinforcing. Rain need to have more army. I feel like Rain's army is very small and mostly Dragoons. They actually need to have more Zealot. Makes him to actually take the damage from the Zergling. And also to counter the Hydras when you have the need to. Anyways, Defiler tech is done. We will be having what Plague is being researched, as well as other Zerg upgrades. So Zerg's gonna be looking very strong in the coming minute. This is a nice place to storm. He's not actually finding those units to storm. He's gonna move forward now. He does some good storm, and Dragoons need to back up before they actually get melted by the Lurker Spine here. This is a terrible position to engage for Rain. He does actually back up, and he is completely on the stalemate. His Definer is there, but he doesn't have any spells on him, I don't think. Anyways, Protoss is gonna get pushed back, but they're gonna take another base at the 2 o'clock. It looks like Zerg has no bases to take. He's kind of pinning. He doesn't have a place to take, and his Nidus Canal tech is actually not really helping him at this point because he's only controlling the southern part of the map. He actually doesn't have like a kind of a what is it, one of those oasis to actually channel forces across the map. Anyways, this base at the top right is going to get discovered, so this is a nice, you know, nice comforting factor for Sacsri, but looks like Rain is reinforcing at just the right time. These Hydras will need to back up. They're not even sacrificing themselves to snipe. The Nexus is going to be having 5 base Protoss versus, what is it, gonna second robo? It's gonna be another cannon. I was gonna say that maybe he's gonna make another robo. Anyways, counter-attack on this side of the map, and this Archon is able to see the movement of the forces. They're gonna be having probes getting transferred. Oh my god, Lurkers in position. Very good, they're actually moving into the other place. This is a beautiful place to storm here for Rain. He destroyed most of the forces. Brown gas is gonna be deployed here, but not enough Zerg forces under the brown gas, and they're gonna get stormed to death. Even more storms gonna get deployed now. He did storm this area, now he does have a good storm. All of these Lurkers gonna come in, the Dragoon need to get out of the way. It looks like Rain is not reacting. He thinks that maybe he's got enough storm to cover, for indeed he does have enough storm to kill most of the Lurkers. There's gonna be a Lurker here that he needs to destroy with some storm or some Zelle, but it's gonna back up supply wise. After that battle is over, it's going to be 141 for Rain, 126 for Sacsri. We're almost at the 20th minute of the game here. Crackling's attacking and Rain needs to back up because Dragoons cannot attack effectively under Dark Storm. And he backs up Zelle supporting from the back, and it's gonna be a nice battle. This base doesn't have, okay, what are these probes doing here? I'm not so sure exactly, but anyways, looks like Sacsri's gonna be looking forward to the counter attack. He's got a lot of Cracklings. He's gonna need to kind of decide to place attack because Protoss is hot on his tail here. He needs to either attack now or retreat. He's gonna attack here, but there's already a High Templar waiting with some energy. You need to kill the cannon. That is not a good storm, but anyways, it's just maybe good enough. There's gonna be maybe another storm, you know. The High Templar doesn't have energy, but anyways, these Cracklings don't have enough numbers to actually destroy. And we're gonna be having once again just 4 base Zerg versus 5 base Protoss. The 5th base for Zerg is gonna be coming up. I'm not so sure if it's gonna be enough here. 3 Lurkers are getting lonely here. Dragoons are attacking nicely, and all of the Lurkers, they get destroyed, which is nice. And looks like Rain's gonna back out here, and he still once again control the map. He's ahead by about 30 supply. Let's check the upgrade once again. +2 weapon, +2 armor for Protoss. For Zerg, it's gonna be +3, +2. Now, very interesting. Do have Ultras. I don't see Ultras in this map. It's gonna be just purely Zerglings and Definer, which is not so bad at this point in the game. But it's gonna be time for Rain to actually do his, you know, for Sacsri to do the Zerg famous move, which is gonna be just backstabbing. He needs to send a small group of Zerglings and Definer to one side, you know, the main army to the other side, and just kind of rotate the enemy. But anyways, he's gonna leave his middle area open. It's gonna be huge open battles with Lurkers not in position. We're gonna be having a lot of Storm Cracklings and actually involved in the battles at all, and he's gonna be losing all of his Lurkers before the Cracklings can get involved. We have a reinforcement from the left side, but before that, Rain backs out. He says, you know what, bye-bye. I already have, you know, the maximum damage he can do. He's gonna be doing some more storm here. These 2 Hydras need to do something. Looks like the rest of the forces for Sacsri reinforced just on time to push these Dragoons back. It's gonna be a nicely won battle for Sacsri, but the war is won by who? That's gonna be the question, because winning a battle doesn't mean you win the war, right? Arts of War, Sun Tzu, the Chinese dude. By the way, which is, you know, the country that my country despise. We hate China. We hate Chinese. I mean, I'm fine with everything because I'm kind of anti-nation. I don't really believe that countries need to actually have borders or control some territory. I don't really care, because what, you know, if you control a freaking, you know, bare wasteland, it doesn't mean anything. What matters is the people on it. People creates value, not oil or forests or chemicals or whatever. Anyways, GG is gonna be called here by Sacsri, and Rain wins this nice game. If you like this game, feel free to buy me a coffee. The link is gonna be in video, so you can also subscribe to my Twitter channel, broodwar forever, because this main channel might die in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.